Before we begin the show, we're going to our sponsor. The sponsor of this show, I don't have a sponsor yet. If you like to sponsor our episodes to make us grow bigger and make better content for you, please give me a message and we will find out something to make your name, your brand possible in this episodes of us. So, if you want to sponsor me, please contact me and we will have an agreement. Hi, welcome back to a new episode on my channel. In this episode, I'm going to tell you about my Peugeot 308 from 2014, the T9 version. I had a major problem with it. When I was driving to my work, lots of smoke was coming out of the engine bay. In the days before, I noticed some smell of coolant. I thought I solved the problem with the coolant, but when I took it to my work, I have multiple test drives and it was okay. But when I'm driving to work, a lot of smoke came out of the engine bay. Here's a little footage of the thing happening. Because I don't have the tools with me, I was called to the road service. They came, then they cannot find anything. The coolant was still on level, oil was good. So they brought me home and I take the convertible to my work. So I was late. I could not find where the leaking or the smoke was coming from. I did a multiple test drives and never the smoke came again. So I brought the car to the Peugeot specialist. What he found, tearing down the engine, I take a lot of parts of it. I cannot do this at home at my parking place. The weather was bad, it was raining, so it was better for me to bring the car to the repair shop. What they found was the EGR valve. What I got here, on the bottom, it was leaking. Here is a plug, and there it was leaking from. Let me show you. When you look here, you have a plug, and you can see here traces. I hope you can see it. You can see traces of the leakage. So what they do, they repair it. It was a little bit filthy inside, but that was not a problem. The problem was with the cooling. This is where the cooling came in, and this is the freeze plug. That's why we call it here. That was leaking. This is from your exhaust. I never opened this up. Maybe I will do it in another episode to take this apart and show you the inside of this piece. But this was leaking, and because it was behind of the engine, lots of things must come out. And what they also find was the valve cover was leaking. It was not leaking from the seals. The seals were okay, but this is pressed together. And because this is all plastic, you cannot repair it. It was leaking in the part that was pressed together. So they also changed this out. I asked if I can make footage in the repair shop, but they don't like to be on camera. So I only have a few pictures. So this is where they put out the car. When I collect the car, when it was done, I was driving at home and I paid 1,442 euros for the repair. It was a major bill, but there was smoke coming out of the engine again. So the next day, I called the garage directly when it was smoking. The next day I brought it back and they checked and everything was fine. But what they think the problem was, there was old coolant, the diesel and some oil was on the exhaust. And when the exhaust become hot, that's the smoking that appears. They cleaned the entire engine from the outside. The engine bay, everything they cleaned. And now I drive for almost 2 weeks and there's no problem anymore. The car's handling good. There's a little bit of oil on the top end of the engine. But it stops. It is only a small part. I know when I clean it, no oil is coming again. So I will clean out the engine. In the next episode, we will continue to work on the Peugeot 206 convertible. I must put some brakes on, new brake pads, brake discs, and I give the engine new filters, new spark plugs, new oil, everything new. I hope the weather will be fine for me to work on. When it is raining and cold, it is not possible for me to make an episode. So, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.